Welcome back, MASH Wildcats. This is Mr. Reedy, your high school principal, and on behalf of all of our MASH faculty and staff, we'd like to welcome you to the 2025-2026 school year. This short video is meant to prepare you for week one and help you understand some of the new happenings going around MASH. And again, we are so excited to see you on Tuesday, August 19th. All right, so I'll start our presentation today by just with some friendly faces. Dr. Mefford is our assistant principal for 9th graders. Mrs. Roberts is our assistant principal for 10th graders. And Mr. Marker is our assistant principal for half of our 11th graders, who shares with Mrs. Roberts, as well as for our seniors. Mr. Bohanek is our athletic director. For our counseling team, we have 4 counselors. Mrs. Kropka has students with the last names A through D on her caseload. And we have Mrs. Ecker, last names E through K. And then we have Mr. Covert, last names L through R. And Ms. Galbraith, last names S through Z. Today's presentation is themed around navigating our year together. And some of this information will be geared to help you know what to expect for August 19th, the first day of school coming up. And we have 5 big ideas: when to show up, where to go, who to see, how to prepare, and what to expect. So the first thing on Tuesday is that you're going to head to your crew location. Please be there by 8:15. We know some of the buses will be in there well before 8:15. Some of our buses will get there around 8:15, but we will begin our activities at 8:20. This year, you do have new crew advisors and locations in many cases. So those locations will be located in Sapphire prior to day 1. They will be listed under what's called homeroom. Homeroom is what your crew advisor's name is, and then their location as well. There will be lists also available once you arrive to MASH. Grade 9 students report to the auditorium first on that day. This is an overview of our time schedule. So for our incoming 9th graders, this is new information for you, but you also learned at our freshman orientation last week. Doors open at 8 o'clock a.m. We have 2 main entrances, as I'll show you a map in a little bit. 8:15 is the 5-minute warning bell, which means you have 5 minutes to be in your class. Class starts at 8:20. And if you arrive after 8:20, you're considered to be tardy. I will say to you here, as this video gets shared with you over the weekend, the week of school starting, please start to, if you haven't already, set your alarm way early. Make sure you have plenty of time to prepare to get to school and time to get ready for school, of course. But if you're a student driver, make sure that you allow plenty of time with traffic as we get to school. If you're a walker, I will say to also give yourself plenty of time to get to school. It's a new route, new traffic. We want to make sure that you're starting school off right and making great impressions on the first day. This is our traffic pattern map. Our drop-off pickup location is in the front of the school by Broad Street. The first few days of school, and of course the first 2 weeks really, we get used to our traffic patterns. So if you're a parent watching this video, please be mindful of the new patterns here. It's the same as we had in the past, but there's a lot of walkers and a lot of cars dropping off and picking up is at the end of the day. But this is for our parents that are dropping off and picking up at the school day. If you are early to school and you're waiting for the 8 o'clock doors to open, just make sure that you're pulling up all the way to the stop sign at the sloop. That allows for a lot of cars to file in behind you. And then what we would recommend, as if you are here before 8, please drop off your child and then you could drive away. Sometimes cars stay there until the doors open, but we want to make sure that we have enough spaces in this front lot. The student entrance is for our student drivers. There is some paperwork that our student drivers will need to fill out if they will park on campus. Students, make sure you are driving slow on campus, a couple miles per hour. Be careful of pedestrians walking through the parking lot. There are spaces that are designated for staff. Make sure you stay clear of those. Those spaces are near the tennis courts and also near the Wildcat Activity Center. Student entrance is located in the new wing for our student drivers, so we do ask that you make sure that you're there well before 8:15, or we have a large building and it takes a long time to traverse. Our buses come through this corridor here off of Longmeadow Street. Buses pull all the way up to past the cafeteria in the back, and our entrances are into the rear entrance of the school near the cafeteria. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that students don't forget to buckle up, that they take their time, they go down the alleys, and make sure that they stop fully at the stop sign on Williams Grove Road, making sure they look carefully all directions. So, crew period week 1. During that time, we're going to spend 3 days back to back to back, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in crew period. The first day on Tuesday is a little bit longer than the other 2 days, but this is a chance to reconnect, forge new relationships. This is a new format of crew period. We did have to shuffle around advisors and students as we acclimated our new program called Link Crew that requires our staff leaders to continue to prepare our crew, Link Crew student leaders throughout the school year. And so during this time throughout the year, crew, used to be known as advisory period, is a time for connections and relationships. We have large group assemblies that occur by grade level during these times, sometimes by grade level, two ones together, sometimes more than that. So when we have assemblies, a schedule preparation this week on Tuesday, so all students will get their schedule during crew period. And it's also when we hand out our paperwork for 9th graders that pick up their devices and their chargers. And then we spend time on Tuesday and Wednesday reviewing the student handbook. And we explicitly teach what behaviors we expect at our high school, and to make sure that everybody's on the same page of what is expected. This is the schedule for day 1. Day 1 looks on August 19th. We have crew from 8:20 to 10:25. And then we have period 1, 2, 3, and 4. You could see the breakdown of the times. On Tuesday, on this unique schedule, lunches are during period 2. So you can see the groupings that we'll also remind staff and students with on Tuesday of when everybody eats lunch. At the end of period 4, you'll note here it says no IE period. I'll explain a little bit what that means. But our day is from 8:20 to 3:15. On day 2 and 3, you'll see a similar schedule. However, crew period is going to be 8:20 to 9:10, so it's 50 minutes. And then we have classes that are about 75 minutes in length. Period 2, we have lunch during that segment as well. And then we have period 3 and 4, again, no IE period. On our 4th day of school, Friday, there is no crew period on this day as we start to get acclimated to our routines. Classes are a little bit longer on this 4th day of school, Friday, August 22nd. And we will have period 4 that ends at 3:15. We'll have some announcements, of course, right before that. But you can see that lunches will fall during the period 3 block. And all this information will be shared throughout the week. So if you're a new student to us, a rising 9th grader, or current 9th grader I should say, this is our bell schedule for the school year. This is a normal MASH bell schedule as you see it for cycle days 1 through 5, and then our unique one on cycle day 6. And so by the time we get to the regular schedule, it will be the second week of school, but you could see our lunches take place during the 3rd block on days 1 through 5 and during the 6th block on cycle day 6. IE period, which we'll talk about in a little bit. IE is required for students in grades 9 through 11 this year, and of course some seniors who are ineligible, hopefully they're eligible, but in the future if they're not eligible due to academics, behavior, or attendance, and of course if they have transportation needs, they would be during that time. We'll explain a little bit later how IE works, but remember this is 3:15 is when the day concludes for everybody. But grades 9 through 11 it's required, and then seniors, of course, who have early release can leave at the end of period 4. So we'll explain that a little bit more later. Day 6 is meant for unique programming of music classes. Students in our VOTEC or CTC PE courses meet. It's also home to many of our minor course offerings, enrichment courses. School-wide programs take place during this time. So we have our state testing, if we have yearbook pictures, extracurricular fairs, cultural heritage fairs, and it's also meant for targeted supports such as power hour, resource period, small group study hall, and academic help desks, and more. There's a lot of different groups that take place during period 5 and 6. You'll notice on period 5 and 6 the periods are longer. Then periods 1, 2, 3, 4 are known as skinnies. They are 40 minutes. The class looks a little bit different those days for those classes. We are evolving day 6 over time. This year there are some programmatic enhancements, including the enrichment courses that take place during this time. But our school has been on a journey with its schedule, and we'll continue to modify, make adjustments as we look ahead to what that will look like in the future. This is a sample schedule for a student. This is just a cleaned up version in a chart format. So we have 6 cycle days. If you're a returning student to us, you understand that. And you can see here that this student happens to be a freshman student. And you can see here that they have American Studies days 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on day 6 they have it right after period 5. You can see here that in period 2 they have what's known as a minor. A minor is a course that meets less than every day. So this PE is once a cycle. You can see here. Then they have study hall for days 2 and 3 and 5, and as well as career development on day 4. On period 3, this is a student who has Algebra 2 every single school day, and then is eating lunch too. And then they have period 4 or space science. So let me explain how this works. 2 different things here with day 6. On day 6, they have a academic minor known as sports analytics. It only meets for the student period 5 on day 6. It is a pass-fail class, and it's an exciting opportunity to dig into some enrichment opportunities. They have a period 1 course, and then period 2 we have 5 rotations of day 6. And so you can see on rotation 1 they have PE. The second time they go through their 6 cycle days, they would have rotation 2, which is their study hall, and then they'd have study hall the 3rd rotation, career development the 4th, and then study hall back to the 5th. So it may seem a little bit confusing, but it works. And by the time we get through 2 cycles at least, students get the hang of our day 6 rotation cycles. So that's the gist of our days 1 through 6 schedule. I will explain in a little bit from now about what IE period looks like and how that system works on days 1 through 4, and then what it looks like on days 5 and 6. So it's exciting. Our construction project that has lasted over the last several years is completed. There's just some ancillary small projects going on around campus, especially the track project. This time last year, our auditorium was closed, our student commons was closed, some hallways were closed. So this is just a look at the lay of the land. Most of your classes, students, if you're a grade 9 and 10 student, will be clustered in the 100s and 200s with some in the middle of the building. Of course, some over here by the gym. If you are a junior or senior, you will have some classes in the 100s, 200s, but mostly your classes will be in the 300s and 400s. Of course, there'll be some scattered here and there throughout the building, but we've done this to try to minimize transition time between classes, to keep them at 5 minutes apart. And so this way we get to spread out our building that has been informed by the needs of our students and also our program. So the rest of this presentation, I just want to share what's new around campus. There are a couple things that it's good to hear from us now in this preview video, and then again we'll talk a little bit more during our opening day assemblies. So one of the new things happening around campus is our day 6 enrichment courses. These are a quarter credit course, and they are pass-fail. We're very excited to bring on these courses to our students this year that are offered during period 5 and 6, sometimes both those time periods. And there are still some slots available for the spring semester. And if they vary in their approaches, and we're excited to grow these during our day 6 offerings. So going back to intervention enrichment period, known as IE. So we've implemented IE for over the last several years here at MASH. It has unique opportunity for students, where this year it is for students in grades 9 through 11. It is required for students in grades 9 through 11. For seniors, As I said before, certain seniors will be eligible for IE. Of course, if they have transportation needs, if they take a bus home, if they're just at the building and want to stay, they of course will have that opportunity to do that. Down the road, if seniors are not eligible to leave early for IE, right after period 4, they will need to stay. And to have that privilege, it's based off academics, it's based off of behavior and attendance. But it is for students in grades 9 through 11 required. The purpose is for academic review, one-on-one support, assignment completion, and enrichment. No new instruction will take place, but this is a chance for our teachers and our learners to have one more opportunity at the end of the day for this kind of support. Oftentimes during the school year, we have many dismissals that take place for athletics or other events, and that traditionally would take place during that last academic class of the day. And so this also allows us a little bit of a buffer to prevent a lot of instructional loss to take place. Days 1 through 4, I'll show you on the schedule here next what that would look like, but students in grades 9 through 11 would report to a different academic class, so periods 1 through 4 respectively. So for example, on day 1, a student will report to their period 1 teacher during IE. On day 2, they would report to their period 2 class, and so on. Days 5 and 6, students will attend study halls, but in the future, this is where we'd put our club time that would be offered during this window of opportunity. We're studying this new approach. It may evolve in time, and we're going to learn a little bit, from the academic benefit side of things, how this new system will work. So here's what it could look like, or what it does look like on a student's schedule. This student in particular has, on day 1, they would go to American Studies during IE. On day 2, they would go to their period 2 class, so that's study hall room 204. On day 3, they'd go to their period 3 class, so that is algebra. And on day 4, they'd go to their period 4 class, which is earth space science. Again, a chance for seeing their teacher one more time, to work with their group for a group project or some activities, to finish up some homework. And it's another opportunity for students to get extra help within the school day before we send them and release them out at 3:15. Days 5 and 6, what you don't see here is this is where teachers are collaborating, they're planning with each other, and half our staff is in department collaboration time, and they switch those 2 days. But it's also this opportunity that we will eventually build in club time on days 5 and 6 for our students in grades 9 through 11. We've been evolving our PBIS, Positive Behavior Support System at MASH. Throughout the years, your student has had different but similar behavior codes, such as CATS code. For MASH, it is Wildcats Roar. R stands for responsible. The O is overcoming challenges. A is attitude and approach, and the R is reinforce safety. And so this school year we'll be doing a little bit more intentional teaching of these behaviors and what they look like at different parts of our building. The cafeteria, the bus, the hallways, classrooms, virtual. And like it says in our mission and our vision, all of this is to point students to post-high school life. So to teach them how to be responsible in all areas of life, how to overcome challenges in all aspects, etc. So we're excited for your student to learn a little bit more about these aspects and to carry on what they've learned in their prior schooling. So this is a new update here. As you've seen probably in the news all around the country and region, schools are trying to figure out how we can help students with devices, smart devices. It is no surprise that we know that smart devices can become a distraction in schools. And so this year, as we are on this journey to preserve the instructional space and also monitor non-instructional spaces, I just wanted to talk a little bit about how we're going to manage smart devices, cell phones, smartwatches, headphones. And the themes that you're going to hear me say just for the next few minutes, and certainly more this year, it's on technology usage. So the usage is healthy, the usage is ethical, how we use technology is safe, and then also how it's strategic as we talk about AI, artificial intelligence, next. So in years past, teachers all had discretion whether or not a phone smart device could be used in an instructional space. For this year, the rule across the building is that there are no cell phones, no smart devices allowed in instructional spaces. That's classrooms or the media center, and that is all throughout the school building. And that's our approach to preserve instructional spaces. We've seen already over the last few years of teachers having rules in the book for no cell phones, that learning is preserved in those areas. Students are less distracted with people texting them during class. And so the normal routine will be that the phones are and watches, if they're smart watches, that they're off and away. And those devices will be put in a backpack or put someplace else, and then away from the desk, away from the student. If parents need to get a hold of their child, they should do what schools have always done, and that is to contact the main office. And we are aware there are going to be times of the day where there's non-instructional time, such as the cafeteria or a study hall. Those certainly are times where students will be likely using their smart devices, at least this school year. But throughout the year, we're going to help our students understand technology usage in its healthy, ethical, safe, strategic ways, and also share information with our parents in a way that we can understand kind of where we're currently at and how we can help students manage it all. Next school year, not this one, but the one after, we'll see what happens. We'll see where we're at as a school and as a school community to help our learners. We'll be learning a little bit more about our AI. This year, our teachers and staff are learning a little bit more about AI, especially how to use it in the classroom. And so throughout the year, we will be learning about how we can communicate to our students about when AI is appropriate and when it's not. And so this is just an example of the work to come with AI. So going back to Commons, like I said, it'll be open in late August. We'll communicate to our students when it is open, again for juniors and seniors. It is always closed every day, period 3, during days 1 through 5. That's the lunch block, and that's the junior Commons, and also day 6, period 6, I should say. That's also the lunch blocks is always closed. As I shared, Junior Commons is only in the cafeteria commons area, so right across from the auditorium. There will be colored passes issued to students if they're eligible. Our students are to display those at their table to show our administrators and teachers on duty that a student is eligible. Eligibility gets refreshed every so often and is based off of academic, attendance, and discipline. Senior Commons is the new entrance commons wing by the New Wing Cafe. That is a classroom area. There's classrooms taking place in lessons. So we do ask that in all of our common spaces that our students are exercising their responsibility and respect their surroundings and being respectful to others. Senior alternative early release, as we did last year. By default, if you're a senior, right now you'll be loaded for a senior meeting, will be called. That will most likely be reflected in your Sapphire account on Monday this week before you arrive to school on Tuesday. And during that time, there is a form that you do need to fill out and turn back to school. And that there's a form that issues, or your parents sign and agree that you're okay to have senior alternative early release. There's some other rules on that document, but you'll get that on the first day of school so you can take it home. All seniors must report to their course location until taken off of that list. And for senior meeting, that's going to be in the auditorium this first semester. So periods 1 through 4, periods 5 and 6. This is a map of our commons. The last year or so, our commons has been closed in the middle of the building. So we have two types of commons. We have our junior commons. So this is meant for our 11th grade students only. And then we have our senior commons that's out in the new wing over in the 300s. And so there are different requirements of students to be in the commons, and so I'll show those to you next. The commons will not open for juniors prior for the first few weeks of school. Also for our seniors, we have a new approach with our attendance system. Over the last few years, we've had a QR code system, which we may use once in a while with your phones, but since we're going in a direction of kind of monitoring smart devices and smartphone usage, we are going to a new system of a scanner. So you'll be scanning in your ID when you arrive for our staff on hand to monitor who's coming and going during senior alternative. In the beginning of the school year, you'll need your student ID number to share with the staff member on duty to get into the system for your attendance. Your student Chromebook. So our students that are now going to be 10th, 11th, and 12th graders, you've had your Chromebooks over the summer. I hope they are in great shape. Just make sure that you have fully charged your device before coming to school on Tuesday. Make sure it's all ready to go, cleaned up, it's good to go, that you can also bring your charger with you, but make sure it is charged well in advance of the first day of school. These are just some resources here we give with our in an email over the weekend or prior to Tuesday. You'll get an email that has some tips, do's and don'ts, and also a troubleshooting guide for your Chromebook. If you're a 9th grade student, you're going to receive your Chromebook on the first day of school during crew period. All the new happening here is Link Crew. You will hear more throughout the school year. We did share last year. If you're an incoming 9th grader, you had hopefully joined us for our freshman orientation where you got to meet your Link Crew leader. It was an outstanding time. And if you weren't able to go to the freshman orientation for any number of reasons, we will absolutely have more opportunities this school year to involve ourselves with Link Crew. It's a great opportunity with our upperclassmen, about 104 strong right now, that have partnered up with our freshman students who are about 390 strong. So it's an outstanding opportunity for peer mentorship and for our older students to help our younger students navigate their time at MASH. All right, so Tuesday, August 19th is the first day of school. Doors open at 8 o'clock. Please arrive early. Make great first impressions that day, students. We hope that is an awesome day for you. I can predict a little bit now as I record this that you might be a little bit nervous or excited. All those emotions are normal, but we're so excited to see you. Class starts, crew period starts at 8:20, so just make sure you're there well in advance. Check your Sapphire accounts before coming to school to see all your locations. We will give your schedules to you during your crew period. There'll be a lot of staff on hand to help you navigate the building and find where everything is located. So let's make the school year count, and let's go Wildcats.